Hi, this is Nessa from Infinitely Zero's channel. Welcome. I wanted to do a quick video concerning the Swatch Stitch Along Kickoff. And we're going to be using this book, the Crocheter Skill Building Workshop. About 75 different swatches. I counted out at least 53 and decided I was going to skip a chapter, which was the one concerning advanced shaping. So sorry it's kind of taken so long. I've been in the planning phases of how to best map all of this out and what makes the most sense. So yeah, please let me know if what your thoughts are, like kind of what I'm going to about what I'm gonna explain now. Mental block happened there. So yeah, so I'm thinking tomorrow's Sunday. Today is Saturday, February 17th. Tomorrow's Sunday, February 18th. Be a great day to do the first swatch, where I'm gonna just do a short video and talk about the swatches. I've been working on some tonight. And go over that and my experiences with it. And I figured for the kickoff, I might as well explain all of it, kind of what I have an idea of as a high level plan. And we can go from there. So I'm thinking to at least provide dates for the first 3 or 4 swatches with the tentative dates on when we can kind of have them by. But I want this to be informal. I don't want this to be stressful. I know everybody has like a lot of other projects they have going on, plus a lot of other life commitments and things like that. Thank you so much for joining. I'm really excited to get this started. And for all of us to learn some new things, or maybe even practice old things that we already know. It's just the whole like great overall experience. I think this would also be like a great scrap buster. And also concerning with the swatches, you can make whatever you want as the end product. One idea was like, they want to make pot holders. I believe Amy had mentioned that. Thanks, Amy, so much for watching and shouting me out on your channel. The same with Mama G Gear. Thanks for the shout out. And the sweater looked great. She actually, I sent her a sweater I had made and she wore it on her live today, so that was fun. Anyways, sorry, getting sidetracked. So yeah, pot holders, dishcloths, it could be squares and then you join them and make a scarf or a blanket or I don't know, whatever you want, right? A tapestry, wall hanging. It's gonna be a lot of different things in there, so it's definitely gonna be varied, right? You don't even have to join everything together. I mean, you can even just leave it separate and then actually attach notes to it so then you know what was like what page number or what stitches, or maybe have like a notebook to have that and then number the swatches. I mean, any ideas or suggestions on how to best do that, because I'm even trying to brainstorm that part. So yeah, so I was thinking for right now, I think the best plan would be maybe 1 a month for the swatches. I did break them up and I did write everything down. I counted at least 53, plus there's like patterns in the back of the book. For those of you who are new to this, to my channel and haven't heard of what's going on, I had the idea of making a swatch stitch along, informal one, by using this Crochet Skill Building Workshop book. You can get it used, or it's also on Amazon, and there's also an ebook version on there. And there's actually, like kind of like that, different swatches within the book. Yes, I am pretty meticulous and analytical and very detail oriented. So the other night I went through the whole book and I literally marked every single swatch that was listed in the book with page numbers, so that I can map out how to best plan this. We can stop whenever. Because once I mapped everything out, I realized this is a lot bigger than I expected. Apparently, I ignored the part where it said 75 swatches on the cover of the book, and somehow, I don't know, I thought it was a lot less. After I got over my overwhelm and wrote down my notes, and I was like, okay, let me write down some tentative dates. So yeah, so I'm going to put all of this in the description box below. The first one, so this is kind of like the kickoff, kind of talking about the whole project sort of thing video. And then the one that I'm hoping to release tomorrow is the one where is the actual first swatch video. So because this is a book, I cannot show the patterns in the book, and I cannot do video tutorials over what the patterns are for the swatches. So what I was thinking we could do is everybody can go off on their own and do the swatches that they want. I mean, if you look at one and you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. Nobody's gonna like come to your door and knock on your door. Did you do your swatch today? No, like it's for fun, right? Like if you want to do it, if you want to learn that skill, cool. If not, okay, you're too busy. That's fine. Or you could just watch. There's no harm in that either. That's why this is a video. So yeah, so I was thinking as I give the dates for those, either 3 or 4, kind of groups of that, and do that just so that it won't be too overwhelming if I'm like, here's the whole date for 6 months or a year. A lot can happen, vacation, illness, all that stuff. So I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I'm also going to try to say what swatch we're doing with what month, like in what order, when I give those 3 or 4 with the page number. Sorry, my doggy decided to take a tour of the house, so you hear his nails going click, click, click everywhere. So yeah, so tomorrow, the first one, that one's going to be covering hook size experiment, and that swatch that's actually on page 24. The second one I was thinking we can do around March 17th. And that's for medium open lace, and that's on page 26 of the book. And April 21st, this year, the very open lace, which is page 27. And I do know that that medium open lace and that very open lace are kind of like, they're on, like one's on one page, the other's on the other page. They're kind of related. The author suggests that when you make those swatches, to actually use the same yarn and the same hook size for those. So that's something you want to keep in mind if you want to do it that way. But you can always change it up and do it however you want. It's your thing. It's your project. For the one that's tomorrow, the hook sizes experiment, that one is actually, it shows like their little swatch of what to do there. And in the directions, she recommends that you actually make it with different hook sizes and one type of yarn. And she also mentions use a different yarn that's a different like weight with also different hook sizes. So the sky is the limit. You can do how many of these swatches for tomorrow for this swatch one, or I mean, it doesn't have to be by tomorrow. Tomorrow is when I'm doing the video. That's what these dates are. You have, I guess, the whole month to do it, right? Or the whole week, or you can go ahead of time. Now that you know those other 2 or 3, let's say you're going on vacation for 2 weeks and you want to get it done ahead of time, you can do that too. I don't know. I mean, maybe you're bored. You want to read ahead, Anyways, or pick different coordinating colors. So here's the thing, right? Like pick whatever yarn you want, pick whatever hook size you want, pick whatever colors you like. I don't know, you have scraps around, use those. And I think it'll be fun concerning, hopefully this will expose people to things they're not used to seeing. And also like not really used to using or doing. So I think some of it like will hopefully push you there to like experiment a little bit, take you kind of out of your comfort zone. There, I was thinking, I was like, I have this cool shirt on, I might as well show it, right? It's like all hooks and skulls. So yeah, so that's my idea for that. Another thing too I was thinking as well, and I'm going to put the email address that I want folks to use in the description box below. So I was thinking, if some of you guys want to showcase your swatches, and if these swatches are like into makes or into other little items or bigger items, right? And you want to share those pictures, you can email them to me and I can post them on the community page for YouTube for my channel, if you like that idea. The other option too is you don't, right? Don't share it with anybody. 3, I don't know, if you have your own channel, talk about it on your channel. That would be wonderful. That would be cool. Yay. And the other one I was also thinking of as an option is I can also create a Facebook group for my channel. I do think my channel is pretty small right now. Thank you so much for everyone who has subscribed. But I can keep it private, unlisted. I'll have some questions in there. And then if folks want to share what their swatches are or what they're working on or have questions, I think that might be an easier way. I mean, later as it grows, I will probably need help and will request moderators. But I think that'll be like next steps and better once I know like the individuals a little more and things like that, and we get all more comfortable with all this. But I know some people also don't have Facebook, right? Or don't want to use it. So I know at least 3 people have definitely mentioned that they're going to participate in the cow. Thank you so much. I forgot what the handle is for one of them. I know one of them is Amy from her channel name is Hooked on Wishing Crochet Amy. Thanks so much. And then because she had mentioned this swatch along, Brenda from Bear's Crochet Critters had seen the video. And she mentioned that she also, in the comments, that she wanted to participate in things like that. So that's exciting. And I'm really sorry to the third person that I don't remember right now, your name and your handle. So let me know if you want to share those pictures or how you would like to share those pictures, or if we want to even share those pictures, because it is like more work for me to kind of figure all that out and what works better, but I definitely want folks to be comfortable with that. And if I do anything else in the future, it'll probably be good to have a space like that, since I don't have my own blog. And then there's like a whole security thing of people uploading things and all that. So honestly, I'd rather not have to deal with the emails, because I already deal with a lot of emails at work and a lot of personal emails, so I'd rather not like have to read any more other emails. But that's just my personal opinion. So as I was thinking of this, I was like, okay, how can I make this accessible so that folks who don't have access to this book can still also participate? So one of the ideas I was having was, you can just pick your own stitches for the swatches, right? Like, if I'm mentioning that our theme for this month of February is hook size experiment, then part of that is, hey, let's grab and try this one yarn, maybe a category for worsted weight yarn, right? Like this. And let's use a really big hook, which now I can't find, which I was just using a little while ago, like an 8mm. And just do some stitch and see how it looks. Or, I don't know, use a 11mm hook, right? Something that you would never really use with it, because a lot of times we're doing patterns and the patterns are the recommended hook size, or 1 or 2 hook sizes above that, like a 5.5mm or 6mm. So you kind of know what that looks like, but this is going to sort of push you out of your comfort zone. And you can just use whatever, stitch you want. Of course, that might not work with some of these other swatches, which are actually like specific stitches, but for this one it's okay for the first one. What I also did too was I actually very quickly wrote up a little pattern tonight, which kind of looks like a mesh stitch like this, and I'm gonna put my little makeshift pattern for it in the description box below. So you guys can just try it out, right? This one was done with an 8mm hook. for example. And actually, honestly, this in a bigger thing, if you had 2 blocks, put it together and you have a top. So, you know, for the beach, you have a cover up and make it out of cotton. That would be wonderful. So, I just thought of that. But anyways, so yeah, so I'll actually put what I wrote up concerning that pattern in the description box below. But really high level. Oh, you can start it with however many stitches you want in the beginning. Yeah, I actually didn't write how many I started with. Oh yeah, I did. So for that mesh stitch, I did my round one. My first to start off is chain 21 stitches, and then for round 1, you do 1 double crochet and then the 5th chain from hook. And please, like, stop me, pause me, rewind if you need to rehear this. Or fast forward if you don't care, right? So yeah. So I had said for that first row to do 1 double crochet in the 5th chain from hook, from this, from the start. Then you skip 1 stitch, then you chain 1, then you do 1 double crochet, then you skip 1, then you chain 1 and you do 1 double crochet, and you do that all the way to the end, and then you put 1 double crochet in the last stitch, which is your turn, to go up for your turning chain. And then turn, round 2, chain 1, single crochet in the first stitch, then you chain 1 and then 1 single crochet on top of the next double crochet stitch, so it's kind of like a chain 1, skip 1 stitch, and then put the single crochet on top of the double crochet, kind of like lined up, so there's like actually like a middle row of single crochet, chain 1, sort of like a little moss stitch in between. Kind of gives it a little more structure. Do that all the way to the end of the row, and then 1 single crochet at the end on top of the turning chain, then turn, and then row 3, it's a chain 4, 1 double crochet on top of the next single crochet, which is the one that's right there in the beginning, then chain 1, skip 1 stitch, 1 double crochet, which would be on top of that single crochet, and then repeat, right? So then you would chain 1, skip 1 stitch, 1 double crochet till you get all the way to the end, and then you put 1 double crochet on your turning chain. And you would repeat rows 2 and 3 for however big you want it. If you want to add a border, add a border. If you don't want to add a border, don't add a border. I didn't write a border. For this here, I did a few more rows, so it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 total rows. Let me get that cute little square. And that was with an 8mm hook and worsted 4 category 4 worsted yarn category 4 weight. That was a mouthful. Okay, so I think I covered everything. If you have any questions, let me know. I don't think I forgot anything. And again, I will write all these details in the description box below, in case you need to review them later. And I'll probably make a playlist for this too, so it'll be easier to find. Okay, thanks. Bye.